Legion, it's Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our Against All Odds series. We have got our work, well, not quite our work cut out for us. We're okay. It's the beginning of a new day. I'm going to go out exploring in just a moment, but it's still the very beginning of the day right now and a little dark, therefore very cold. I'm going to take a moment. It's not quite bright enough, I don't believe, to justify... Hang on, let me fumble my way around in the dark here. It's not quite bright enough to spend time repairing. We need it to be, if you look at the daylight indicator, we need the sun to be halfway over the horizon of that little daylight indicator in order to have the time that we need in order to repair stuff. And that's one thing I would like to do. But as quickly as possible, I'm going to need to make my way towards an area of the map where there are snackables of some kind. We could shoot a deer, and that would be one way to definitely get a lot of food. And we also have some food just outside, come to think of it, that I haven't eaten yet. So that will take care of the food situation pretty handily. I want to go ahead and sleep for... Not tired enough? Really? All right, fine. Yeah, I just rested most of the night. I know this. All right, I think we are just about good to start finishing off a few repairs, which will pass a little bit more of the time. Let's repair... Come on. You know you want to let me. You're like right there. It's not going to be that much longer. Just let me repair. Please let me repair. Pretty please, game? All right, fine. It's going to make me wait. So I will get the lantern back out. Nice, dark, disorienting beginning to this episode. Come on. Come on. There we go. Now you know where we are. There we are. So let's go back downstairs. One of the reasons we came back here, in fact, now that I've got my wits about me, is that there is some food right here. There's not a lot, but that's 880 calories worth, which is more than enough to stave off the beast of starvation for the time being and justify some trips to some other areas in the zone. But that was the last of our meat from that deer that we killed, and we never got that hide or those guts, which is making me sad to think about all over again. But let's see. We should be bright enough to repair now. Yeah, we are. And this will pass some time. I don't have to worry about the lights. It will come of its own accord. Let us repair our thermal underwear. Done. Let us then repair... Rude. That's going to be an interesting test of the new mic. Just heard a rather loud car outside, but this mic is better about not picking up distant noises, so I'll be interested to... Let me actually make a note of that. I'll be interested to see if the mic actually picked any of that up. Sorry, technical note. Just curious. All right, so we ripped up a curtain. Let's now repair this, and that should be enough on the repair. Unless, of course, we fail both times. There we go. A little bit of daylight. And now we definitely need to get moving, because I do not want to lose my well-fed buff. Now, got plenty of bullets. Do I see any deer that would be easy kills? I mean, if I wanted to play it safe, really safe, I could kill a deer out there, potentially still find some cattails. You know what? I know what I'm going to do, because I know where there's going to be both areas that I can explore and potential cattails. Well, I also want to find a prepper cache. That's my main objective for this episode. See, I want to go out maybe... There's a brief section of the lake that goes along the back road, if you want to call it that. It's a back river, really, towards the dam. And there would be more cattails there, definitely. There could be a wolf. That's another reason I was pausing. There could absolutely be a wolf. That's always a possibility. Oh, wait, hang on. Just realized I didn't have my audio ducking. So the game audio should be a little better balanced now. I have a very busy day ahead of me, but before I got anything really going as far as getting out and starting my day elsewhere, I wanted to make sure I got 2 episodes recorded, one in this and one in Carthage. That wind is not looking too friendly. Okay, we're going to step out this direction. It's a little bit off the beaten path. It's a little bit back towards where we ran into the wolf previously. We have already been out to the camp office, but we have not been to the unnamed pond. And we have not been out to the, there's a, not quite a safe house. What would you call it? It's just a little hut out in the woods on the back end of the zone. I am not liking the way this weather is looking and sounding, though. I'm kind of getting nervous. Maybe playing it safe and going for a deer on the lake would have been the right move to make. We will have to see. We're pretty cold, despite everything. That's a wolf. Down there. I'm looking for others as I go this way. So I think we're kind of making our way back. Wait a minute. Yeah, I know where we are. Unnamed pond is that way. I know where we are. Mystery Lake is an odd zone. I mean, we're all so used to it, but when you explore it, I guess this is true of any zone in the Long Dark, and because it's Mystery Lake, it just feels more like mysterious to have this feeling because we've known this zone the longest. But when you explore it in a way that is kind of not along the traditional trajectory, like if you move through it in a way that you haven't done multiple times, whether it's in this series or, you know, whatever, you know, it just, all of a sudden it seems like, oh, hello. Seems like such a bigger place. Yeah, I know. All right, so I know where we are. The only thing I'm really worried about right now is actually not a wolf. It's the larger variety of dark, furry woodland friend that might decide it wants to eat me alive. Longest description for a bear ever. But let's grab a stick so we can play fetch with the wolf that just howled. There's a lot of debris in the area. Yep, I am where I thought I was. It's just, as I mentioned, it is... Yeah, thank you. As I mentioned, it's just a bigger zone. You know, when you go through areas that you don't typically travel, it makes it seem much larger. Realistically, it's one of the smaller zones in the game, but it throws you off. It's a weird thing. I can't really put it any other way than that. All right, so we are going to go up over this here hill. And also, this is allowing us to check a prepper cache location, come to think of it. We are coming up on one rather unintentionally. We're also getting quite cold, so it would be wonderful if we found one here right now. I seriously didn't come straight back this way to look for the prepper cache, but we're going right toward it. So if it's here, lucky us. I'll be honest, I'm surprised we're as cold as we are. Genuinely. And there it is. There's the hypothermia risk, but I think we'll be okay. Alright, not seeing the cache. Alright, so we'll try and make a quick stop by unnamed pond and potentially grab some cattails, which is the actual reason I was coming back this way. And then, like I said, there will be a safe spot. And what's the fastest way to do this? I guess we'll go up this.
That's sore.
You have got to be kidding me! At least the, sorry, that makes me mad. Like, I just started sprinting briefly up a hill, and I instantly get a sprained wrist. Give me a break. I can't wait. I mean, I guess I'm maybe more sensitive to it now that I know the sprains are getting reworked in the coming patch. Oh, good. The weather's actually getting a little better. It's pretty. Alright, so there's the unnamed pond. I did want to take this kind of high approach at first, to make sure that there was not a bear wandering about, but there's not. The weather just got considerably better. We are losing condition due to the cold. I'll have to keep an eye on that. But stopping down here, there's also the deer there that I could harvest. There's a broken arrow.
Nobody needs this anymore.
I mean, I don't really need the toolkit, do I? Do I have one with me? I guess I'll pick it up. I can afford to carry it at the moment. I could totally, like, now that the weather's better, how am I doing? I could light a quick fire and cook the meat on this wolf. Totally. No, not this wolf, this deer. You know what I meant. It's just that there's a bear that hangs out on this hill, and I'm a little worried about pissing him off. You know what? Yeah, on account of that bear being possibly nearby, I'm not going to worry about it, but I will take a moment. I'll have to keep an eye on my condition. I'm already keeping an eye on it, but we're going to just scavenge in this direction a little bit for some of these guys. See, the thing is, if I lit a fire and cooked the meat, that would pass some time here and potentially bring the bear a little bit closer. And I don't want to risk that. I don't even fully trust that the mechanics will work as I expect as far as like the bear moving around while or potentially spawning, you know, while I'm cooking. But the bear is currently not here, and I don't want to do something that'll make me sit here and then make him appear, you know? So I'm deciding not to cook or harvest that deer carcass just yet. On the principle that...
Ah, starving.
Hang on. I'll finish that sentence in a moment. There we go. On the principle that there is too great of a risk that the bear might come out of nowhere, even though I'm not 100% sure that he would, for a few different reasons. There are also bunnies near here that I can kill. This is an area where the game practically feeds you ammunition with which to kill small woodland creatures that are helpless and adorable. All right, nothing on that frozen corpse. See? It's feeding me. Let's step inside here. I know I've been saying that maybe we'll save the dam for when we're done exploring the rest of the zone, but, like, just necessity might force me that way a little bit sooner. Yeah. Necessity might force me that way a little bit sooner indeed. Because there's so much I could potentially find there that I currently just don't have. Man, if I wasn't worried about that bear, I would have been all over that deer meat. Let me tell you. Because all I got was the 3 cattails, and that's 450 calories. And don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for the 450 calories, but I'd rather have the 880 from the cooked venison. I'd much rather have that. That sewing kit's ruined. I'll just drop it. So I suppose what we can do... Oh, they made the flashlight lighter. Nice. I never noticed that. Flashlight was 3.3 pounds, I think, previously, unless I'm just crazy. Unless I'm just making that up off the top of my head. All right, nothing else here. Nothing over there. There's that stack of papers. Kneel down by the dead guy. That's not creepy. Yeah, there's books. And do I have a book on me with which to... Yeah, I do. All right. That's all I needed. Actually, I still have some wood in me I could have used to get that meat as well. So part of me, knowing that the bear's not there at the moment, part of me wants to go back and just harvest that deer. We're not even that cold anymore once we got the fire started. Now that I've gone over the hill and I haven't seen a predator anywhere, the only thing that's freaking me out is this is where the phantom bear used to be. And they've supposedly... The bear that I'm talking about is what used to be the phantom bear that would just spawn out of nowhere when you would walk into approximately this area. Listen for bear crows. Yep, we're going to do it. The weather's good. It's not a lot of meat, so it's not going to take a long time to cook. The fire will help us warm up while we're cooking it. I am going to crouch. All right, let's use the magnifying lens, the book, the cattail head. 95% chance I will take it. This will help us get rid of some encumbrance as well, because the sticks and the wood we're carrying are rather bothersome. I was kind of hoping I would find more. That's not obvious at that little hut, but on the loot settings we're playing on, I suppose it's understandable that I did not. I'm sorry, did I interrupt you? I'll let you finish that sentence next time, or will I? Two hours, 3 minutes. Nice warm fire. We are officially warming up. No more hypothermia risk. I could pile more on here. Yeah, let's just put it all in there. There we go. All right, so using the hacksaw, taking this meat. First of all, I guess I'll take the whole thing. But the problem is that's going to give me two different pieces. The hacksaw will take 13 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to use the hacksaw, not the hatchet. All right, hypothermia risk is gone. All right, so we have one that's going to be ready a lot sooner. Yeah, there's no bear at the moment, phantom or otherwise. So what I mean by phantom bear is that there was a bear that is supposed to be in that bear cave right there. Right over there. And you would hear him. You would hear the crows that indicate that there's a bear nearby. The bears you're hearing right now are those, or the crows you're hearing right now are those. Those are carrion crows. But bear crows are a little bit more panicked, and there's a distinctive sound that they have that lets you know that there's a bear nearby. So it's a warning sound that the game gives you if you know to listen for it. And you would hear that, and you would hear him potentially breathing and walking around, but you wouldn't see him until you walked like right somewhere on this slope, and then he would just appear. Like right in front of you or right next to you. I never had him actually appear and attack me, but it would always be terrifying, as I'm sure you can imagine. All right, so what's the condition on these? Much better condition. Let's go ahead and eat that. And that was the small steak. So again, we're getting a certain boost to the condition of these items from our cooking skill, which is quite nice. So we have 33 minutes until this is ready. Why don't we go ahead and throw down that. Okay, we're going to eat that. And that's all of the deer meat. Nice! Level 3 cooking. I'll take it. Didn't know that was coming so soon. Let's go ahead and drink this water. And how are we doing on remaining water? 0.3 gallons? You know what? That's good enough for me. Let's pick that up. 1 hour, 43 minutes remaining on the fire. I really wish... That's a nice fire. Wish there was more that we could do with that. I guess since I know the bear is not in the area, I really want to take the guts and the hide, but we have a lot of travel still to do. So it's like... just trying to be smart about this. I really want to take that gut and hide with me, but I can't. Oh, what was I saying a moment ago? I interrupted a sentence when I mentioned the gut and the hide. I know, now I don't remember the original sentence. Okay, we're going to take one more look around, obviously, for snackables. But I suppose we will head toward the dam. Because at this point, it's, you know, it's in the direction of more food and more supplies. The alternative, and I mean, if I go towards the dam, I will have, you know, still deer in the area, potentially wolves as well that I could hunt for food. And the respawn settings are a little bit more forgiving on these difficulty settings, so we will not see them come back as quickly. So I could kill them, and that would actually have a bit of an impact on my safety. We're not even that cold at the moment right now, which is nice. Or, as I was saying, alternatively, we could go back to the camp office and hunt deer near there, which is a central location that would still, again, be right next to Mystery Lake, which is on the... which would be next to that part of the lake that leads back to the dam. That's the nice thing about the camp office. It's a very central location. Alright, so we've already been up to that tower, which means we've just passed the other tower. The other tower doesn't really have a lot to speak of in terms of loot. Now that it's burned out. Is that the clear cut down there? I think that's the clear cut. No, that's the clear cut. Okay, that makes more sense. I was thinking about where that tower was. Yeah, okay. I mean, there is a chance I could find something out there. Trying to think about where the other potential prepper caches are. I think there's one out. We've checked the major locations in Mystery Lake. Most of them that I am aware of off the top of my head. So now I'm in that position where I'm like, okay, I either sit here and try and figure it out, or we talk about it in the comments, or I look it up to remind myself of where the other ones were. Because there's the ridge above the lake, which is the one we checked first. Can I Skyrim down this way? I think I can. It's not an ideal distance, but okay. We made that work. I knew that part of the track was coming. I'm more comfortable with the weather at the moment, so we are making our way towards the dam, but this is me just kind of checking on my instincts. Because I know that one of the prepper cache locations, there's another one we checked on the opposite end of this area. There's one that's at the top of a slope, and a few people pointed out that I might have looked at a potential location where one might have been when I was chasing that deer a few episodes back.
Oh, wow. That hurts a lot.
Okay. I've got the rose hip tea. I've got what I need to take care of it. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Sprained ankle's fine. Got to heal the wrist too if I need to shoot. And that's some extra caloric value, so I shouldn't complain. 3 sprains, 1 episode. I'm not encumbered. It's normal. It happens, right? Why would we expect anything different? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, taking a bit of an odd route here. Hang on. I thought so. We're near the cliff that you can climb down from the old tower location. So part of me kind of wants to just go up there. I mean, we're close. Screw it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Please tell me I'm going to be able to get down from where I am right now easily. Good. All right. There's that. I am so happy this did not turn into a blizzard type of day. All right, so we've kind of wandered around this episode a little bit more than was the plan. See a wolf down there in the clear cut. All right, there's the sign at the base of the slope. I'm complaining about sprains while walking on slopes that are this steep. Although I wasn't necessarily doing that when I got the sprains. At least not consciously in the way I am now. Oh, man. All right, so this is the walkway here, and I might just be able to hop down right here if it's not far. And that qualifies as far in my book. Beautiful. Those of you that have been playing the game for a while recognize this slope well. This tower was one of the original go-to locations in Mystery Lake. When it was the only zone in the game. Really windy right now, but thankfully we are wearing lots of things that render that a moot point. Also, we were standing in an area that was blocked from the wind, hence the shield at the top of the screen that just went away. Sad day. Alright. So there's a backpack here, which might mean there's a dead guy at the bottom of the slope. Usually does. Nope, no dead guy. Nothing in the backpack. Oh wow, we're actually pretty tired. The only thing about coming up here is that I don't have... I mean, I could rest. I could, like, start a fire if I wanted to and rest with a bedroll. But this is a one-off recording, and we're at the 30-minute mark. So what I'm going to have to do is go back down to... Like I said, we've wandered around a bit this episode. We're going to have to go back down to the little hut that we were in before, which is not as far right now as you might think. That's a scrub brush. Hey, broken down tower. How's it going? So sad to see you in such a state of disrepair. But there's a first aid kit. Reclaimed wood. I will pick that up. Could be handy. Dead guy. Abandoned campfire pit. Anything under this thing? I can't recall. Just a couple of lamps. It would be interesting to be up here when those were lit up. So there's the new tower.
This will come in handy.
This is what that's what I was thinking I would find. I'm not necessarily enthusiastic about it though. Okay. You know what? The weather's decent. We've got this tie-off point.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
You can, in fact. We're going to drop all those rocks. And we're going to go right back down. Because I lied. We're not going to go back to the spot we were before. I think we can make it to the dam in relatively short order. The weather is great. And I would rather just make a push to get over there. I just need to find my way back to the main road. Alright, so I know that... Yeah, I need to go basically that way. Because we're encumbered, though, and getting more tired, kind of need to drop something. Ugh. Alright. See, that's not the ideal part of this. I didn't realize how tired I was, and climbing down the rope didn't help.
I need to lay down.
Do I have any coffee drinkable? Yes, I do. Let's just go all in on that. That'll give me some calories. And restore some of my energy. Dang, Skippy. That's better. Oh yeah, I said it. The words came out of my mouth, and they are not going back. You will not be able to unhear it. I'm pretty sure I've said it before. As usual, the wind is blowing in my face. The game is mocking me. That's okay. Okay, this is exactly where I thought I would be. And that works for me because we don't have to go all the way to the dam. But we can head there at the beginning of the next episode. This will be an opportunity for me to step inside. And also, in between episodes, I can consider where in the heck the prepper cache is. Because, as I said, we checked the one over the lake. We checked the one across this very area from us. We checked the one above the unnamed pond. And those are the 3 locations that I'm sure of. And then there was the 4th location that we're reasonably certain I passed. and didn't see one. So I know there's one kind of halfway between the camp office and the Trapper's homestead. I know there's one there, but not quite sure exactly where. I have to figure that out as I go along. Well, or maybe between episodes when I look it up. But for now, I'll stop this one here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every other day at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.